Hi everyone, this is Tony. We're here at the Africa CDC headquarters in the capital city of Ethiopia, which is Addis Ababa. And we've been here for 2 weeks now doing an MPOX training. So here I have one of our participants. Please tell us about yourself.
Thank you so much, Tony. It is my pleasure to be here. My name is John Rwabuhihi from Rwanda Biomedical Center and National Reference Lab. I work as a data scientist at the same time as bioinformatician. So I'm so glad to be here for this training. Thank you so much. That is the brief introduction for myself.
Okay, so John, you sort of work in the Rwanda Institute. What type of sort of pathogen does your institution surveillance? What type of work do you do at the institution?
At the Rwanda Biomedical Center, we work for, we started with the SARS-CoV,
Mhm.
and then we did the sequencing for mpox,
Mhm.
and then now we are doing with the Marburg. So on my part, I work as I said, as a bioinformatician. So we do all the informatic work as we get data from wet lab. So we started the work from bioinformatics by getting data from sequencer machine because we use both the Lumin and nanopore. After that one, we start with the process where we check the quality of our data. We do the alignment, we do trimming, we do variant calling. So generally, the step where we get the variant of interest we need. So generally, that is the work we do for National Reference Lab, which is under Rwanda Biomedical Center. Thank you so much.
Okay, so it sounds like you're quite a busy person, John, at the institution, and your lab is quite well funded. You have equipment in Lumina, Oxford Nanopore, and obviously you're responsible for the bioinformatics of the data analysis and obviously providing some common recommendation from the results that you get. What are some of the challenges that you sort of experience?
Thank you so much, Tony, for the question. The challenge as many people we face in terms of data analysis. So as there is a new technology that comes that I want to be trained off, and also as we are busy doing other work, so we don't get enough time to be focused on that work. Also, as I said, I work also as a data scientist. So generally, we face the challenge of getting enough time. And apart from that, another challenge, of course, uh, we need more trainings and that will put us on a higher level of analysis. So generally, even we have the challenge of infrastructure. We don't have enough infrastructure. For example, as you see, the sequencing, it requires a high capability of infrastructure where we need sometimes HPC servers with high capacity, but our servers are not strong enough. So we struggle with that of infrastructure. So generally, we deal with those things, but we try to manage. But those are the challenges we face. But at the end of the day, after that struggle, we end up with the result. We try ourselves, and then we do the work we are supposed to do.
I
So
see. So your institution is sort of overburdened by the amount of data that you need to analyze, especially when you get a lot of results from the wet lab. There isn't enough bioinformaticians at your institution that would actually help you to analyze these data. And in addition to that, you don't have a very powerful HPC or personal laptop to actually help you run these tools to actually analyze these results. And then, as you mentioned, you struggle with some of the more sort of innovative technology that's driven by the global north. So, what you actually need is support either from the Africa CDC or Ministry of Health to give you more training so you can upgrade your own skill set so you are able to run better analysis. You're able to become knowledgeable in tools like Epitomy or Fig Tree to help you visualization of the pathogen lineage. Okay, yeah, those are very good points. And during the training, here for the past 2 weeks, you have engaged with a number of trainers that taught you about phylogeny, about FASTQ files, about different visualization tools. Do you find these helpful? Do you think you will use these back at home?
Thank you so much, Tony, for sure for this training. It was very, very, very useful to to, to me myself, also to the institution, because after this training, for sure, we shall implement, because we had good trainers like Peter, like James, and the other assistants. We also we have the good facilitators for this training, like Tony, Caste, all those, they supported us during this training. So for sure, after this training, because we get the good package, where we shall start from. So when we reach at our institution, for sure, we shall do the good work when we go back to the institution. Because we learned using Epitomy, we use where we generated the consensus, we did the alignment, we use different tools like where we use the first QC, mighty QC, we use for checking the quality of our reads. So we did alignment. We did by using math. For sure, we did a good work, and then they teach us how to see the order of the generated data through phylogenetic trees. So the way we can interpret. So for sure, this training was very powerful, and we had a good package that. After this training, when we go back, we shall implement accordingly. So we appreciate from NGS Academy for organizing this training for Africa CDC. So for sure, this training it was very powerful. Thank you so much.
Okay, so you talked about, you work with SARS-CoV-2, mpox, and these are obviously quite new or sort of newly developed, pathogens. So these are not really covered, in the educational sector. So that's why, you come to these kind of trainings. We get industry expert who's been, working in the viral field for a number of years, so they can obviously share their experience and pass on the knowledge up onto you and other participants, which is what you actually need in terms of gaining a network of individuals that can share their knowledge and help you to be introduced to a number of different tools as well. We obviously have a very under-resourced and burdened institution, not only in your country but other countries in Africa as well. I mean, compared to the global north, we are very, under-resourced in terms of infrastructure. We don't have powerful PCs. Some countries struggle with, power outages, and there are a lot of young scientists out there who would want to come into the field of bioinformatics. What would you sort of advise these young scientists, or share some of your personal challenges?
Thank you so much, Tony, for that question. So, what I can share, or what I can advise for the younger children or younger scientists, it is just to focus in this field of mathematics, because it is new. So, it is good to put a lot of emphasis in this field of informatics. So, and what I can also advise is, for example, it is not an advice as well. It is just like a support from different partners, for example, NGS, CDS Africa. So, because this is the new field, so they have to put more effort, for example, encouraging people from different countries to be participated in this field of informatics by giving the support, because many countries they don't have enough funds for this course, so for the to engage in this. But if we get some funds from different partners, so they will encourage them more to be participated in this in this field of bioinformatics. So we are advise the Africa CDC and the partners to put more emphasis on to support different countries for their scientists to be on the level in terms of bioinformatics and sequencing. So that's what I can advise, and even apart from that one, also they can support in providing the infrastructure. So of course, most of the countries, to be sure, they are not, they don't have enough infrastructure that will handle the data from sequencing. So if they put also emphasis on supporting them in terms of infrastructure, trainings, that is capacity building, for sure it will enhance or it will uplift the, 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 the field of informatics in different countries. Thank you so much.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, I agree with you that, not only the Africa CDC, but Ministry of Health in each countries need to actually realize the importance of giving institutions enough funding so they can have strong enough computers to start analyzing this data, but also create more job opportunities for people to, work in the field of bioinformatics, for them to actually be more pandemic prepared. And as we come sort of to the end of this, you have been working in this field for a long period of time and you have come across, I'm sure, many challenges in your life. Can you share some of your challenges that you sort of overcome and, perhaps give some personal advice?
Uh, as I said, I joined the bioinformatics in 2022. So I have this experience of more than 2 years working with informatics. So we have some challenges. The first challenge, as I said, is infrastructure, because we didn't have enough computers, and we faced also the challenge of servers. But as time goes on, our institution did their best. They bought us the computers with enough capacity, and we have the server where, even if it is not strong, but they tried to build the server, and then in the planning, they are planning to buy another servers, the powerful servers. So the things that the most challenge we had, it is just the infrastructure. And the second challenge we face, of course, is the new technology. You see, from sequencing, because it was new to deal with the new technology. It wasn't easy on our side. So we did a lot of effort. We sacrificed our time to make sure we get the results that is needed by the management. So it wasn't easy during that time. So even now, as learning is a process. Up to now, we are still learning.
Yes.
So that is why also we request, or the Africa CDC and the partners, also the Ministry of Health, as you said, also to put more emphasis on those trainings and the capacity building, so that that field can be more powerful. So the advice I can give is just the Africa CDC and the Ministry of Health and our institution and our medical center to create an opportunities so that the people can be interested in that field of bioinformatics. So, and then they also increase the infrastructure for sequencing, and then they increase the capacity building for younger scientists, so that they can be more focused in the field of bioinformatics. That is my advice.
Yeah, it's always difficult to convince, especially government and policymakers to give you more resources and more funding, because there's always that constraint. But yeah, no, I do understand where you're coming from. And thank you for being here and sharing your time, John.
Thank you so much, Tony.